We still in this bitch. We still in this bitch.
We still in this bitch. We still in this bitch.
What's up, Bean Gang? You know what I'm saying, nigga? Damn, I wish I talked like this all the time. Would you still date me? Baby, if this is how I motherfucking talked, the words came out my mouth, you bitch, would you still love a real nigga?
I don't think I would.
Really?
This is a lot. All the time?
All the time. Hey, Sam, can you pass me some of that shredded cheese?
Yeah, I can't deal with that. That's too much. I don't think even Matthew would want to be friends with you anymore.
Hey, don't talk about my boy Matthew. That's her Down syndrome brother who loves me more than anything.
He loves me more than he loves me. He loves him more than he loves me.
Because I'm a real nigga, bro. And real niggas know real niggas. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Matthew's a real nigga. I'm a real nigga. We do real nigga shit. We talk about the Flash and the DeLorean. And that's it. And that's all he wants to talk about, and that's where I keep the conversation. I don't pressure him.
That's what he likes to talk about.
And that's why he's like, this nigga's fucking awesome. He also only likes the Flash and the DeLorean.
Well, Back to the Future, if you're not aware of what the DeLorean is.
I don't think anyone listening to this podcast is very unaware of what the DeLorean is. I think that's the point of the people who listen to this podcast is that
You're
they
like,
know.
oh, we know about the DeLorean, Sam.
You're the one who doesn't know, probably.
Hey, I know about the
No, but they
DeLorean.
assume you're the person who hasn't seen the movie. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
You're
That's
the
fair.
not person who's seen the movie.
That's one of the few things that I've seen
Yep.
a lot of.
I know, that movie's fucking crazy, dude. It's just about incest.
It's a lot about incest.
It's about incest.
And
It's time
rape?
travel and incest, but like you could pick which one goes first.
Yo, and they're just acting like rape is happening all willy-nilly in the 50s.
Yeah, Biff. What the fuck? And he's like, get out of here, McFly. I'm trying to fucking rape this bitch.
Trying to rape your mom.
And the mom's like, literally screaming, help.
Help!
No. Please, someone. Please.
This is the other thing that blows my mind. In the future, Biff is still a part of their lives. Like, if he raped me, like, or tried to rape me, we're not talking to that guy.
We don't need him I don't need him working for me to prove a point because he bullied me.
Yeah, I don't need him around.
I think I'm going to inform the police.
Probably going to inform the police. Probably, tell
like,
the whole neighborhood so
Yeah.
people don't...
Ever get in
women
the car
know.
with him.
Yeah, people don't get in a car with that guy.
He's very much like you know who Biff is? Biff is just Gaston in real life.
I mean, it's not real life, but Biff is Gaston in
Live action.
Live action.
I guess that's when I thought it made sense, but Sam was like, well, that's not real life, Deric. I don't know if you know, but there's not an actual beast who fucking kisses a bitch and turns into Trevor Lawrence, the quarterback for Clemson. That's not a thing. Anyway, it's good to be back. Good to see my girl, my poor baby. My baby's been hurt, man. My poor Sam Jam.
I'm dying.
She's not dying, but close.
You won't be seeing me.
More like a lot of stress and then some pain.
A lot of stress and some pain. I have to get my wisdom teeth removed.
Tomorrow morning, 8 a.m.
Tomorrow morning.
When this drops, she'll be getting her wisdom teeth yanked out of her fucking head.
No. So think of me. Send up a prayer.
Send up a prayer, bro, for Samantha Jamma.
Say a little prayer for me.
Ooh, together forever. She'll be in our hearts and we will always love you.
Forever. Take it. Okay.
I've never got my wisdom teeth pulled out, but that seems like a bitch.
You got a big old mouth.
I got a big old mouth, It's good for talking and sucking, fellas.
And for holding a lot of wisdom teeth.
And for holding a lot of wisdom teeth.
Yeah.
Because this hasn't been a problem yet. But you've been in pain. I feel bad.
Yeah.
My baby was in pain.
I gotta go get my wisdom teeth removed. I don't have insurance.
We ain't got no health insurance, nigga.
No
That's how we rocking
insurance.
over here. Hey, man, we used to have money and able to afford things. A little disease happened this past year in 2020. I don't know if you guys remember. Because, now we're in 2021 where things are better.
Yeah, everything's changed. We all get to go back to work.
Yeah, it was all about that zero. It was all about that last
That was the problem.
The problem wasn't the virus or politics or any of that shit. The problem was 2020. Well, that's stupid.
That's a bad year.
That's a bad year. This is 2021, one of the good years. I like that that's how they keep spinning it to us. Yep. Now that we're in 2020's over, thank God.
Thank God that year was shit.
That year was bad, huh, guys? Well, 2021. It's like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything?
That's nothing. Also, the New Year is an arbitrary date. It's not like since the beginning of time we've been celebrating New Year's on January 1st. That's a fairly recent choice.
And to act like, that's just crazy to me to act like that was the problem. Like the problem was literally like, oh, that's the year Kobe died, and what a crazy fucking year.
What a crazy year.
And it's like, dude, what? Like, is that what people think when they think of like 9/11? They think, oh, 2001, that fucking year.
I wouldn't think 2020 would be any worse than 2021 because it's an even year. I always think of bad things being on an odd year.
Me too. Also, I think of what's going on.
Yeah, that probably makes more sense.
I try to take the numbers out of it a little bit and just more look around and go, nothing's still open. Everything's shut down. There's still no plan. Nice.
Cool.
Nice.
Cool.
2021 is a lot better.
So much better.
Yeah, nigga. When we get, that's why we'll be in Phoenix soon. All the way, Phoenix Beaners. We'll be living there soon in about a month, February.
That's our plan.
We'll be in Phoenix. So if you have any shows, you run any comedy shows, if you're one of comedian people, hit us up. Also, if you have any job offerings, part-time.
Oh, yeah.
Day shift only, we might consider that.
That would be cool.
Niggas need money until LA opens back up.
Or whatever is going to be the big city next.
Yeah, I ain't trying to act like we balling, nigga. We ain't, nigga. We got to figure it out. Luckily, we saved, but we got to figure it out because we got to get the fuck out of Baltimore. Mm-hmm. Nothing's happening here.
Nothing.
Got to get to Phoenix. Where at least we can work and go, perform every night, stand up live, Tempe Improv, House of Comedy. There's like 3 comedy clubs. There's plenty of stage time.
They're open.
Most
importantly.
So, if you live in Phoenix and you fucking own a business, especially like a weed dispensary, I will work for you.
Oh, yeah, we like that. We are pro-weed.
Anybody who listens got anything like that out in the Arizona area, let us know.
Hit us up.
Your boy will work part-time, day shift. Or full-time, but day shift only. Not doing nights. I need the night for comedy. You obviously fucking
You get
know
it.
this. Also, not going to be there long. The moment California opens up, I'm definitely going to go back to California. But until then, help us out.
We're all yours.
We're all yours for, a little part-time. Not really all the way.
Yeah.
But we need to do comedy at night.
But we're making it work. I'm getting my teeth pulled. If you want to contribute to my anesthesia fund.
This is Sam's ad. This is
my ad.
Nothing to do with Spoil the Beans.
This is nothing to do with Spoil the Beans. This is my ad.
Like, this is for both of them. No, it's not.
No,
this money has
for
nothing
my personal.
This is what Sam wants to do. I'm sorry, Sam. Go ahead and do your ad, and then we'll do mine.
If you want to contribute to my anesthesia fund, you can send any love money that you want to send to my Cash App, Sam L. Lopez, or my Venmo at Sam Lopez 17.
$.
There's a dollar sign on the Cash App. So it's $ Sam L. Lopez for Cash App. Venmo at Sam Lopez 17. I would appreciate it.
How much is the wisdom teeth procedure?
It's going to cost like a little over $1,000 altogether.
We can afford it, just so you know. We
can make it happen.
We're going to make it happen. We're fine. We got it. But
it would make our lives so much easier.
Not ours, yours.
My life.
I just happen to be a part of your life. It has nothing to do with
it. It has nothing to do with him, even though I control all our money. So
it's more about making Sam's life easier and not dipping into the savings.
It would make my life so much easier. And I'm not asking for you to if you don't have money, totally ignore this.
Hit 15 seconds forward. You have the little 15 seconds forward.
Be like, fuck you, Sam.
Yeah,
I'm poor.
Yeah, what? But if you're swimming in cash and you love the episodes that Sam's been on, that's a way to get her paid.
I really appreciate it. A lot of you have sent us gifts in the past.
Also, a lot of you send money randomly.
Yeah, it's really nice.
The Bean Mafia knew that that's a thing you can do, but it is a thing you can do. I'll never ask you for it. No. Like some people.
Like me.
But
this beggar.
Yeah, I'm just going to give you free episodes, and if you fucking want to give me some love, give me some love. My whole game is to hopefully give you enough free episodes and some stupid company like Blue Apron decides to pay my
That's the plan.
Wisdom tooth bills. That's
what we'd like.
But until then, we'll fucking do this. But help our girl Sam out.
Every little bit counts. If you have $1, if you have $5, I appreciate it. $1 is, $1
money.
More than I had.
It's $1 money.
Again, my Cash App is $ Sam L. Lopez, and my Venmo is at Sam Lopez 17. And if you don't send anything, I still love you because I'm glad you're watching.
That's all that matters.
And I love all your comments.
Yes.
It's so cool that you guys like me. That makes me really happy.
Yes, you guys, they like her boobs.
Exactly. They don't say that. They always say I'm adorable.
Hey,
and I don't think boobs is an adorable thing. Boobs are like a...
I know my gang.
Okay.
They're talking about the titties. Right, boys? And girls? We love you, Bean Gang. Sam, while we're on the subject of ads.
Ooh.
It's a big Sunday this Sunday.
It is a big Sunday this Sunday.
Who's playing this Sunday?
The Titans are playing the Ravens on Sunday.
A matchup for the ages? I mean, also, what are the odds? I've been at Sam's place like the end of this year, so I've caught like the last half of the football season here, and it's fucking crazy to me that the team that I've kind of grown to love now, the Ravens, because if you watch every Ravens game, they're gonna grow on you. But I mean, I'm Titans all day, every day, and I watch their games when I can, they're not playing at the same time as the Ravens, because I'm not gonna go not watch with the whole family. That's an asshole thing to do.
Yeah, we're a Ravens household.
They're a Ravens house.
Oh, wait, let me show them.
What?
You stay.
Okay, go ahead. They're a Ravens house. That's what they do. So I'm not going to be a dick and not watch them. Sam's showing right now. She's showing the Ravens placard from when they won the Super Bowl in 2012 with a big blow-up of Ray Rice, the woman beater, on it. Again, that's Ray Rice, the woman beater, 2012 Super Bowl.
Who's not with us anymore. We don't like him.
You got his jersey, though. It's the reason that y'all win.
I have a jersey, and I do wear it because I feel like
They can't hear you.
game I've worn it on.
Yeah.
I don't know they can hear me.
Probably not. That's why I'm like, well, it's okay. But, yeah, they're a hardcore Ravens house. Everybody has Ravens jerseys. Everybody watches every Ravens game. They don't watch any of the other games because they're not really football fans. They're Ravens fans. I respect that. I'm not judging.
Also, we have Lamar. Like, why would we watch anything else?
Because other teams have Patrick Mahomes. You know the guy who's
okay,
better?
that's one other person.
Derrick Henry. You know the other guy who's just as good?
Derrick Henry's not even a quarterback.
Yeah,
hey,
but he's just,
I know things.
Yeah, but is he not? He's just as good. He's the reason that y'all didn't make the playoffs, like y'all got knocked out last year. He's the problem for this year.
Ask me who the quarterback is for.
We don't have time for this.
Okay, we don't have time for
another episode. We'll get into Sam's knowledge of quarterbacks. That's a different segment. Today, that's not the segment.
Today, we're going to talk about a really great not quarterback.
No,
a really great
linebacker.
Player, linebacker,
special teams player,
friend of ours.
To do it. One of the over a 10-year career. Put some respect on his name.
Our president
of the podcast, with one of the best podcasts of his own, The Raw Room, Mr. Darren Bates. Darren Bates, everybody, clap it up.
Darren Bates.
Darren Bates, DARENBATES. Follow him on Instagram, Twitter. Show him some love. Follow his podcast, The Raw Room. Tell him the Bean sent you. Subscribe. Send a comment. Send a like. Just fucking do something, Bean Gang. Do something to let our boy know that his money is not going unwasted.
Mm-hmm. And let him know the Bean sent you.
And let him know the Bean sent you, man. He's the one who props up this podcast. He literally holds it up with his big old penis. It's being propped up like a nice, like this sign.
He balances on the podcast on his penis. That's how big it is.
That's how big it is, and that's how nice he is. So
he's a good guy.
Show our boy D-Bates some love. Go Titans this weekend. All our Ravens fans, you can go fuck yourself just for a day.
It will be a house divided.
It'll be a house divided for a day. Titans will win again. We already know. So show our boy some love, man. Show our boy D-Bates some love. He shows us love. You show him love. That's how the beans.
Show him love.
That's how the beans operate. You know. Samantha Lee Garner. Is it Garner?
Sure.
Samantha Lee Garner.
Like Jennifer. She's my cousin.
You want to do a movie today?
I'd love to do a movie today.
I'd love to do a movie today too. It's one of my favorite things to do with you is movies. And then sex is in the top 5. Sam. Can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
And tell me what you think happens in the film you've never seen, a cult classic, lives in the lexicon of people's words every day. People use something from this movie usually,
really,
in some form or fashion, especially in the black community. But not even that. It's kind of outgrown to be a black classic and become just a world classic. One of the better stoner films of all time. I wish you could smoke weed right now, but because of your wisdom tooth, you can't get high. But this movie deserves
I can't
weed.
Smoke. There's a difference.
Around it. It deserves weed in your body while you watch it because that's what it's for.
Mm-hmm.
What happens in the fucking classic stoner film, classic cult comedy film, and classic comedy film, period? Friday.
Gosh, that's so hard to know. I'm going to guess that this is one of those movies that doesn't have a real plot line. It's like a day in the life. Mm-hmm. And we're sort of just driving around town with maybe 2 leads. And they're interacting with...
You don't know who's in it?
No.
Wow, it's really famous who's in this. Keep going, though. Tell us your movie. Tell us your Friday.
So these 2 guys, they're driving around town. They're smoking weed.
Friday, guys.
And then they go to visit, in my mind, honestly,
tell us what you think it is.
It's kind of like a black pre-version of what's that movie with it's called a different Pineapple Express.
I knew that's what you were gonna say.
That's in my mind what it is. They're driving around, they get in trouble, the police are after them, then they sort it out, and then they gotta get some weed through jokes and comedy. Obviously, that's how you figure all things out.
That is true. I agree with that.
If you ever want to avoid the law, jokes and comedy, cops love it.
Dude, they love it.
Love it. If you get
They
pulled
love
over,
it.
just start cracking them
George
jokes.
Floyd just wasn't as funny enough.
Not funny.
That's what that whole thing was about. Cops love comedy.
Cops love comedy. They get rid of the cops through comedy. There's probably like some woman. There's definitely a girl involved, and she's probably mad at them the whole time, and then they make up at the end.
I like that.
Classic
comedy trope.
Classic comedy
a
trope.
A bitch, and then at the end she's like, "I shouldn't be a bitch.
I shouldn't be such a bitch. Let's have sex."
Yeah.
You know, classic movie. That's really all I've got. I have literally no clue what would happen in this movie.
They ride around and they goof off.
They ride around, they goof off, they smoke weed.
They deal with their problems through goofing off and smoking weed.
And they deal with their problems through goofing off and smoking
And somehow it works out.
And somehow everything works out, and the main character gets laid in the end.
And then they make 2 more of these. There's 3 Fridays.
Well, yeah, you can do that several times.
If people like it.
If people had a good time, we'll do it again.
We'll do it again. Just run it up. Well, that's not what happens in Friday at all. And I mean at fucking all. Wow. I didn't know someone could be so wrong about a movie that I felt like everyone knows something about. But that's not your fault. That's not your fault.
Why isn't it my fault?
Because you know that this is not that you got to be black to see this, but I felt like when we were younger, it was a way more black thing, and then as I got older, it became like a cult comedy classic.
Well, it's also not for our age group. It's like for your
90s,
brothers.
for my brothers,
or a little older than him even.
But it's one of those because it's like this movie's always on TV.
Yeah.
So I consider those kind of movies that are like they kind of get past whatever their era was and just become like
yeah. Ferris Bueller.
Yes, exactly. I would
Which
say
is also is what I was going to say. It kind of is like a Ferris Bueller.
This is exactly like this is quotable like that. It's fun like that. It's light yet has good moments. You know what I mean? It's all the things. Sam?
Do they break the fourth wall?
Sam.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I know you don't smoke weed. I know this. But I'm going to get you high today. Because it's Friday. You ain't got no job. And you ain't got shit to do. Trying to see another day. Trying to find a better way. Everybody who's seen Friday right now is like, holy shit, that's exactly how it starts. Because it starts with like that. And then you see the neighborhood. So while you hear that, and you hear the song, there's nothing on the screen. You just hear that.
Okay.
Like a voiceover, you know?
Are there like credits?
No, not
just
yet.
black.
It's literally black, and you hear, I know you don't smoke weed. Like you hear that. All right? Now the credits are rolling.
Okay.
All right? You see South Central Los Angeles, classic LA neighborhood. In the daytime, it literally looks like it's just a really nice neighborhood.
And then at the night.
If you've been to LA or California, you know that that's exactly how bad neighborhoods look. In the
only way
daytime,
you
you would
tell
never know.
Is that there's bars on the windows.
That's it. You know, like, because in the daytime, it looks like, oh, there's kids playing.
This looks like a nice neighborhood.
Everybody's out.
There's
nothing
palm
bad.
trees.
Yeah, there's palm trees. People are outside. Everybody's outside.
Mm-hmm.
This looks nice. It's literally when that sun goes down, you're like, I don't think this is a nice neighborhood.
I don't think this is safe.
Everybody's still outside. What's going on?
Everyone's still outside.
So we see one of our leads. There's 2 leads in this. We see our one lead, a very young. This is his first movie. His first big movie where he's the lead. Chris Tucker.
Chris Tucker.
Former door guy at the Comedy Store. What up? We see him waking up. He immediately grabs a joint, and he's like, gotta start the day off right, man. And he starts doing all this shit, which I always looking at it, I was like, bro, nobody in the history of weed smokes weed like that.
Yeah, I've never seen anyone
Nobody like dances and like gets all excited about, bro, you, especially in the morning.
No, normally
That's
you're just
the
like,
chill joint.
Time to start the day all right.
It's time to start the day, man.
Yeah.
You're not doing fucking Michael Jackson move. Gotta start the day right, man. And
you
you're
think
talking like that.
Chris Tucker had never smoked weed before he did this movie, and that's why he...
I mean, that's why he didn't do the other 2.
Oh, really?
He didn't like portraying the image of like a pothead and like, because he's a Christian. He didn't want to...
He's a Christian.
Yeah, he didn't want to further that image. So that's why he never did any of the sequels.
I wonder how he feels about it now that it's legal. Like, maybe it didn't matter that much.
I don't know. I mean, he ended up being fine. He went on to do the rush hours after that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So
We probably wouldn't have had time for the rush hours.
He might not have had time. So you see a house with like an animal shelter car outside, and then camera pans in the house, and we see a mom and dad sleeping, and the dad, another Comedy Store door guy, Comedy Store legend, rest in peace, Mr. John Witherspoon. Pops.
Wow.
He's dead in this. That's why everybody calls him Pops. That's why he's Pops because of this, So you see him, like, he's snoring, he's knocked out, and he's like, give me a 2-piece special with extra hot sauce and All the fries you can give me. Thank you. Like that's what it's like.
That's what he's dreaming about.
He's dreaming about ordering, not even eating, just ordering.
Just ordering. I guess the anticipation of getting your food is better than the actual eating it.
Oh, that's way better. It's usually that's the best part. So we see a camera goes into another room, and we see the lead's sister, a young, one of her first movies, Miss Regina King.
I think I knew she was in this.
Mm-hmm. She's the sister, and she's sleeping. I always loved this as a kid. Always like, why? And then I got older, and I realized, oh, because she's sleeping like this. She's trying not to mess up her hair.
Oh my God!
She just got her hair done.
So is she sitting up, sleeping like that?
Yeah, she's sleeping literally like this.
Oh, that's awful.
Black girls, man, they got it harder than
It's
us.
a hard life.
It's a hard life. Those butts, that hair problem.
You know, also like the way society treats them. Even.
That's third.
But the hair.
Narrator. For most people, Friday is just a day before the weekend. But after this Friday, neighborhood will never be the same. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Someone's banging on the door. We see our boy, the lead, the guy who wrote this movie, Ice Cube.
Ice Cube.
You should have known that from Straight Outta Compton. That's all I figured.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about that.
Mm-hmm. So we see our boy Ice Cube, and he answers, and it's Jehovah's Witnesses at the door, these two old black ladies. Mm-hmm. And then they're like, hi, son. We here that came to you to talk about the Lord Savior. Bam! He slams the door. And the lady goes, well, fuck you too then. Half dead motherfucker. Come on, sister. And she's like, oh, come on. And they leave. So we see Craig, and he grabs, I swear to God, you know the
Is Ice Cube Craig?
Ice Cube's Craig. All right. And he grabs like a fucking popcorn bowl, bro. Mm-hmm. No one would ever eat cereal like this. He grabs that kind of bowl, pours like the whole box in there.
What kind of cereal?
It was like fucking Captain Crunch or some shit.
Okay.
Gets a huge like ladle spoon you use for like broccoli or some shit. You know? Mm-hmm. One of them. And then he grabs the milk out the fridge, and then he pours the milk, and it's like
all of it?
No, it's like barely any, like any left. Which always I'm like, bro, how the fuck you not feel that?
Yeah, why would you?
You'd have felt that right when you grabbed the carton, like, oh fuck, I fucked up.
Yeah.
So he pours it. It's only a little bit of milk goes in. He's like, damn. And then he starts looking in the fridge for some more, right? And he don't see anything. He's like, there ain't nothing in this house. And he slams the fridge door, and the camera pans up, and his dad's awake. Pops is awake. Mm-hmm. And he's eating grapes, and he's like, every time I'm in the kitchen, you in the kitchen, in the goddamn refrigerator, eating up all my shit, all my chicken, all my pig's feet, all my hog maws, huh? And he's just going off of everything he's eating, right? Now he's like, now, boy, when I went to bed, didn't I ask you to take out the trash? Yeah. Why isn't the trash out? I fell asleep. Boy, I wish you would sleep right now. I'd wake your ass up with a left hook, make you take out that trash. And he goes, all right. And then right then you see Craig go to pour out the cereal, like just pour it away, throw it away. He's like, hey, boy, what you doing? He's like, ain't no milk. Boy, you better put some water on that shit. He goes,
well, also, yeah, you can't waste a whole box of cereal like that.
That's your fault.
That is your fault.
You gonna eat that shit dry, bro.
You should have checked the milk before you poured it.
Because as a parent, are you not saying that? Like, well, why the fuck would you pour that big a bowl?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Without checking. It's
or
a
at
monster
least
bowl.
Put some saran wrap over the bowl and then walk and get some
milk. Get some fucking milk.
And come back. What are you doing?
This is ridiculous.
This is very doable.
You're the one tripping about it. Mm-hmm. So, right then the father goes, so he's about to pour it out, and he's like, damn. And so Craig goes, all right, then I'll eat it. And he goes to sit down, and he's like, hey, boy, take out the trash. He's like, ah. And then he's like, what the hell is wrong with him? Right? He goes to take out the trash, and when he takes him out, he sees some kid out there, and he's like, hey, Chris, don't be knocking over my trash cans. Like a little kid. He's like, man, I ain't gonna knock over your trash cans. He's like, yeah, you did it last week. Don't fucking do it this week. Man, I ain't gonna knock over your trash cans. And then the kid starts riding off on his bike. I can't wait to knock over your trash cans later. Fuck you. Damn it, Chris. So he goes back in the house, and now his mama's awake. You'd recognize the mom. She's an actress. Not a famous actress, but you'd recognize her if you saw her. And she's cooking. And he's like, damn, Mom, what you got cooking? She's like, ooh, I got some eggs, some bacon, some sausage, pancakes, ooh, and some leftover pork chops. And he's like, damn, Mama, cook it up. And she starts laughing. And then he goes, oh, shit, hey, Mama. And she goes, yeah, baby. He goes, you didn't tell Daddy what happened yesterday, huh? She's like, you know I wouldn't tell on my baby. Cool. Greg, get your ass back here, boy. He looks at the mom like, and she's like, what? And he goes to the back, and his dad is in the bathroom. And he's like, man, I'll wait till you come out. Boy, get your ass in here. Smelled your shit 22 years. Can't smell mine for 5 minutes.
Oh, you guys did this as a sketch.
I know.
I remember this.
And he goes in the bathroom and he's like, now tell me something, son. How you gonna get fired on your day off?
Oh.
And he's like, man, I don't know. He's like, oh, and he's shitting.
Yeah.
And you hear it like you hear it dropping in the water, and Craig's like this. He's like, well, you need a trade. Hand me that on the counter over there. And he's like, oh. And he hands him the thing. He's like, man, I ain't trying to be no dog catcher. I don't even like dogs. And then Pops is like, that's the beauty of it. I grab a dog, and I choke him, and I kick the shit out of him, and I put my foot up the dog's ass all day. Bang, 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 bang.
Whoa.
That's my pleasure. And he's like, man, I ain't trying to do that. He said, okay, well, if you ain't gonna do that, you ask in this house, you either go to school or get a job.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's gonna be a dog catching your ass.
What does he mean go to school? Like, did he drop out of school?
Yeah,
or
go to community college.
Or go to community college. Okay.
Yeah, like, because he's 22. So
how
I'm
old
assuming,
is he?
like,
Okay.
hey, if you're gonna live in this house and not do nothing.
Yeah, you're gonna go to college or you're gonna get a job.
Get a job. That's also fair. Also,
I
good
think
parents.
that's a
Very
pretty
fair.
standard parent ask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're not even saying like you have to like get out of my house. They're saying like if you're gonna be here.
Yeah, you better be doing something with yourself.
Something. So right then, you hear knock on the door. Craig goes and answers. It's this crackhead looking girl at the door.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And she's like, hey, Craig. He's like, what? She's like, can I borrow your microwave? He's like, what you mean? She's like, I need to use the microwave real quick. He's like, where your food at? She's like, oh, it's back at my place. I was going to take it over there if you don't mind. He's like, bye, Felicia. Slams the door.
Oh, that's where the bye Felicia comes from.
Not that one, but it's coming.
Oh, okay.
This is that character. This is where that's from. So Craig, he gets a call on his house phone. It's from a hood-ass bitch. And it's the same girl who in Hustle and Flow played the girl that he kicked out. The real hood stripper that he kicked out the house, it's her. But she's like also very young. So it's crazy to see like, damn, she's been playing that role.
Wow.
You know?
Sometimes you get typecasted.
And she was like, Craig, who the fuck you went to the show with last night? He's like, man, I wasn't at no movie theater last night. You ain't got to lie, Craig. You ain't got to lie. He's like, man, I wasn't there. He's like, my cousin, Tanisha, cousin, sister said she saw you at the theater last night with some bitch. Now, I want to know who is it. He's like, man, your cousin, Tanisha, something ain't seen nobody at the movie theater. Okay, well, just know when I catch the bitch, I'ma beat her ass. And she hangs up.
Whoa.
And he's like, oh.
Like it's her fault? It's definitely his fault. Why do women do that? What is
women
happening?
always do that. Dudes do that too. They'll be like, man, like the only way
How
I
you
feel
go
like,
after my girl?
yeah, like I'm gonna go kick this dude's ass because he was fucking my girl. That's weird. Now I do get it though, when it's like, man, my best friend. I call my best friend fucking my girl.
Oh yeah.
Because now it's like, oh, I got it. It's personal.
Yeah. Well, also it's like.
Because now it's not about her either. It's like about me and you.
It's like also you kind of expect more out of your best friend because theoretically you would have been friends with this person before you were ever with your girl.
Good point.
So you're like, hey, I barely know this bitch.
That bitch, I don't know what she is. I found out who she was. I thought I knew.
I thought I knew you.
So the mom says, like mom hears that phone call. She's like, I don't know why you mess with her. Now you need to get with Debbie down the street. Now she's a good girl, Craig. And he's like, I know, but he points to Regina King, the sister. Dana won't hook me up with her. It's like, that ain't my job. And the mom goes, Craig, see, that's your problem. You know what your problem is? You have no game. Ooh. And then her and the mom start laughing, the sister and the mom. It's like, what y'all know about game? I got all the game. And the mom's like, now your father, he got game. And then Pops comes out the back and he's like, oh, don't nobody go in the bathroom for like 30, 45 minutes. And then Craig, so the sister leaves and then to go to like school. And then the dad's like, all right, Craig, the word for the day is job. J-O-B. Job. All right? He leaves. So Craig, he looks at his mom's plate. She's eating. He's like, Mom, where mine's at? And she said, oh, honey, I didn't say I was cooking it for you. And he's like, damn. She's like, go eat some cereal. He's like, we ain't got no milk. She goes, put some water on it. It won't hurt. I love that mom. Like, you know what? Didn't cook you breakfast because why? You're 22 fucking years old.
Who did she cook breakfast for? Was it just her and her
herself.
husband? Oh, just for herself. She cooked leftover pork chops. Yeah, who's eating leftover pork chops for breakfast?
A dope ass mom. She did say a lot of food. It's like, damn, you cooked all this just for you?
Yeah, you're not going to share it with the sister
or
her
husband?
husband?
Leftovers. Well, the sister and husband had to leave.
Yeah.
So she sits the plate down, they leave, and then she sits down to eat.
Okay.
So I guess timing-wise, it was like, all right, we ain't going to be able to figure that out.
Maybe she's one of these people who just eats one meal a day.
Could be one of those. Just gets her breakfast and then gets going. All right, so Craig goes in his room, And right when he comes in the room, Smokey kind of busts through his window, like not the glass, but like the curtains.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, break yourself, fool.
Is Smokey?
Smokey is Chris Tucker.
Chris Tucker.
All right. And he's like, better watch it. And then Craig's like, man, you better watch your window you climbing in, buster, before you get blasted on. And Smokey's like, man, with what? And Craig's like, with this. And he points a gun at him.
Craig.
Where you get that? Your mama. Man, fuck you. Fuck you. Man, come outside, bro. All right, gotta get dressed. So he gets dressed, right? Smokey turns around. He sees a car, like a real nice car pulling down the street. He's like, damn. The car stops in front of the house, and he runs up to it. He's like, yo, what up, Big Worm? It's Big Worm is oh my God, his name's oh my God. How the
Did you
fuck
write
is
it down in your notes?
No, because his name, I know his name. Face on Love. Jesus Christ.
Oh, really? This phrase.
Yeah, Face on Love. You know, Comedy Store La Jolla guy, baby. Really nice dude, too. Interesting perspective on what he thinks comedy is, but very nice guy. So Smokey runs up to him, and he's like, hey, man. Big Worm's like, how much you got of my shit left, Smokey? He's like, man, I got a lot. You still ain't sell my weed, Smokey? Man, I'm trying, Worm. People is broke these days, dog. I don't think you applying yourself, Smokey. See, when you messing with my money, it's like messing with my emotions. And then he grabs a gun and puts it on his lap, right? And then he's like, Big Worm, you know I ain't fucking with your money. I never fuck with your money. I steal from my mama before I fuck with your shit. He's like, all right, we'll see. He drives off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Smokey's like, fuck you, like into his mouth. Mm-hmm. And then he comes back and Craig sees it, like, what was that? He's like, man, it wasn't nothing. Don't worry about it. And then Smokey's like, hey, why you ain't at work? And then Craig's like, man, I got fired. Damn. You got fired? He's like, yeah, supervisor said they caught me on tape stealing boxes. Stealing boxes? What you gonna do with boxes, nigga? You building a clubhouse? And he was like, nigga, they ain't catch me on tape stealing no boxes. But they said they got me. Talk about pressing charges. Damn, you gonna go out like that? Man, it ain't me. Hell no, I ain't going out like that. And then right then they stop, and you see Debbie, the girl that they were talking about from down the street.
Oh, the girl
you see her running down the street in like slow motion.
Ooh.
She's gorgeous.
Is she someone we know?
The great Nia Long.
Ah.
Super young. Just, I mean, all of these, like, oh my God, she's beautiful.
Yeah.
And she's running, and they're like, so she waves, hey boys, and they're like, hi. And she runs by.
Is she running for exercise, or is she running to get somewhere?
Running, like she got like workout clothes.
Okay.
On. And so right then they sit for that classic shot of them in front of the stoop in front of the house, and they're chilling. Mm-hmm. And Smokey pulls out a joint and he's about to light up. And Craig's like, hey, hold up. He's like, what? He's like, my mom's still in there. He's like, okay, damn. And he looks at him. He's like, hey, I know you don't smoke weed. I know this. But I'm going to get you high today. Because it's Friday. You ain't got no job. And you ain't got shit to do. And Craig's like, man, get out of here, bro. I ain't doing that shit. Whatever. And then he goes, man, why you up so early, Smokey? And Smokey's like, oh, shit. I got to tell you something, man. What happened yesterday? He goes, what? He goes, man, so you know I'm over there playing dice with DeeBo and Red and them, right? And they do a flashback scene. I love when they do the flashback scenes in this movie. They're in black and white.
Mm.
All right? And we see Smokey and a dude, DeeBo. You remember, you seen The Dark Knight, right?
Yeah.
You remember at the end, there's a switch. There's two cruise ships, one with convicts, one with police officers.
Yes.
One of the big buff convicts comes up and grabs the switch and says, I'll do it for you. You can't do it, so I'll do it. And then he throws it out the window. Like, you fucking evil fuck. I can't believe you considered that.
Yeah.
It's him. That's DeeBo.
Cool.
All right?
Okay.
He just died recently. R.I.P. DeeBo. That's why somebody asked us to do this movie. That's why we're doing this movie also. Whoever you were who was like, hey, do this, honor Lester something. He's been in The Fifth Element. You ever seen The Fifth Element?
No.
He was great in that. He was the president. Like he's done some great movies, but this is his most iconic role. Like when you see him, he's DeeBo. Always. So he goes, oh bro, so I'm over there playing dice and shit. And then right there you see, and then Red came up and you see this guy come up and he gets dropped off by his dad. And he goes, oh, hey DeeBo, can I talk to you for a second? And DeeBo turns around and you hear, every time you see DeeBo, you hear the Jaws music like dun-dun, 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 dun-dun. And he's all cross-eyed and DeeBo walks up. And then Red's like, hey, man, Pops is tripping, making me ask for my bike back. You know, if it was me, I wouldn't even trip. And DeeBo's like, what bike? He's like, you know, the beach cruiser. The one I lent you a couple days ago? Oh, yeah, that bike. Yeah, man. You know, I think I just keep it down in my house. That way it's like it's both ours.
Oh.
And DeeBo's like, yeah, it's all right. Follow me. And then DeeBo starts walking, and Red's all happy. And then DeeBo turns around, boom, uppercut, knocks him like 20 feet back.
Wow.
Right? And everybody's like, damn. And he goes, that's my bike, punk. And then Smokey runs over and he's like, you got knocked the fuck out. You know? Also, something funny about that line. One time my dad got into a fight in the supermarket parking lot. A guy thought he took his parking space. And the guy's like, hey, man, I'm talking to you. And my dad's like, hey, bro, chill out. And he's like, I'm talking to you, motherfucker. You hear me? Hey, man, seriously, dude, back up. You're walking up on me. And the guy's like, yeah, motherfucker, I'm walking up. And he goes to, like, grab my dad like this. And my dad turns around. Bam! Breaks the guy's nose. Blood everywhere. And I swear to God, this random kid runs up, gets right on top of him and goes, you got knocked the fuck out! And that's Memphis for you right there, dog. That's Memphis in a nutshell. Some random kid running up going, you got knocked the fuck out!
Gosh, I would be so scared to like hit anyone nowadays.
Yeah.
You get like some kind of soul charge.
Oh, my dad was scared. He literally got right in his car and then he left. But
He's
you
like,
know,
I'm
you've
gonna
been
get
to the
out of
Kroger. We
here.
live right next to the Kroger.
Yeah.
We live in Forest Lakes, which is across the street. So my dad was nervous all day.
Oh, you poor pops.
I know. I get it too. It's like, hey man, this guy's walking up on me and he's entering my bubble. I don't know.
Also, he touched him.
He grabbed me.
I
I don't know what you want.
I don't know
at
what
this
else
point.
you wanted though. Yeah. I'm assuming you're gonna hit me.
So I'm winning.
Yeah.
That's all I'm doing. Is that my dad. But like, yeah, I respect that because a lot of niggas like, oh, you hit me first, and some people are like, hey, bro, I don't have time to play that game.
I don't have time to get hit.
I don't know how I'm gonna react. I don't know how hard you hit.
How
accurate you. You could be the best fighter in the world. Not if I hit you first.
Yeah.
So, you see, cut to Craig and Smokey. They're laughing their ass off back in present time. And then Smokey's like, man, what time your mama leaving? He's like, in a little while, bro, chill. He's like, man, fuck that. I want to smoke this joint. Let's go to my house. And he's like, all right. So they start walking to their house. They notice both their trash cans are knocked over. They're like, fucking little Chris, that little motherfucker. And they're walking on a guy named Stanley's grass.
Wait, do they pick up the trash cans or just leave them?
By him.
Of course.
Of course. They're young kids. They're in their 20s. They don't give a fuck.
They don't give a crap.
So they walk through somebody's grass, and this guy named Stanley, who's like a preppy looking guy, like he looks like he'd live in Britain or some shit. He's like, excuse me, gentlemen. And they look, they're like, what? He's like, off the grass, please. They're like, all right, bro, damn. They keep walking. They get to Smokey's house, right? He forgets his key, so he's banging on the door. Finally, his mom answers. She's like, damn, Smokey, thought you was the police knocking like that. He's like, I forgot my key. Oh, always talking shit. She's like, fuck you. And so that's their relationship. So he goes in, and his room is the most just a classic pothead room. And then the posters and what kind of posters they are.
Are there beads?
Yeah, beads and all the weed shit, paraphernalia and shit. And he's looking at him, Craig, and Craig's like, damn, Smokey, all you do is smoke weed. And Smokey liked the joint. He's like, that's all right. That's all right. Don't worry about what the fuck I be doing, you know? And then Craig's like, but what I'm tripping on is, how you gonna sell bud and you smoke it? And Smokey's like, I don't know. That's my problem, I guess. And then he's like, man, Big Worm gonna fuck you up. Big Worm ain't gonna do a goddamn thing. I don't give a fuck. And then Smokey right there, and his mom comes in. She's like, Smokey, I need you to go to the store and give me some cigarettes. He's like, all right, give me the money. And she gives him $1. And he's like, hey, this ain't enough.
Yeah.
And she goes, make it enough. One of the there's so many classic lines, but that's one of the big ones. Make it enough. It's like, damn. So they go to the store, and you hear that classic Dr. Dre song playing. That ring ding dong, ring da ding 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 dong. Keep their heads ringing. Ring ding dong, ring da ding 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 dong. Also, shout out to Dr. Dre. Feel better, bro. He had a brain aneurysm the other day.
Oh no!
I know.
Poor Dr. Dre.
Poor Dr. Dre. So they pull up to the corner store, and they see this crackhead. This dude, he's a comedian. You wouldn't recognize him, but he's a comedian from that era. And he's like, hey, Smokey! Smokey! And he jumps all in the car. He's like, get off my car, he said. Smokey, let me wash your car for $2. Like, hell no. All you gonna do is smoke it up. No, I'm not. I'm clean. Well, okay, well, how about this? Buy me a 40 ounce for my birthday. Today your birthday? What day is it? Come on, man. Ooh, thank you, Smokey. Thank you. And then he buys him the 40. He's like, and he gets his shit, and he's like, don't thank my ass nothing. Come by my house later and go wash my car. All right, I will. I promise. All right. So they go back home, and they park their car, and they get out the car, and they look across the street, and they see Miss Parker out watering her grass. Miss Parker is fine as fuck. Probably in her 40s, 30s, 40s, but milk titties out, ass out, shirt tied up.
Oh, yeah.
Like Daisy Dukes. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Just so bad, right? And then they look like, damn, Miss Parker fine than a motherfucker. I knocked the dust off that pussy. And then he looks at him, right? And they walk by Miss Parker, and they're both like, hey, Miss Parker. And she's like, hey, boys. And then Smokey's like, when you gonna let me fuck, Miss Parker? And she's like, what'd you say? Nothing.
He bad.
Man, Mr. Parker ain't hitting that right. She need a young man. So right then, they see Craig's mom go to, like, they're like, hey, mama. And then Craig's mom goes to work. And she's like, I'm going to work, boys. And then they walk up to the porch, right? And Craig's mom, I love this. She goes, look at this woman. No, she be ashamed of herself dressing like that. Hey, girl. And she's like, oh, hey, girl. How you doing? She's like, I'm good. You look good. She's like, thank you. She's like, I'm going to call you when you get home from work. And the mom's like, okay.
That's how girls be.
Bro, that's because it's like, damn, that's so subtle but so good. I was like, look at her ashamed of herself. Hey, girl. She's like, bro, the immediate, like, oh, damn, that's how y'all be. So we see our boy Craig. Smokey's like, bro, give me something to roll up with. He's like, all right. And he goes and he gets him some shit. Smokey starts rolling up. He's like, man, you a hype. He's like, what? Man, you hype. He's like, look, bro, ain't nothing wrong with smoking weed. It's from the earth. God put this here for me and you. Enjoy it, man. Enjoy it. Mary Jane, I love her just the same. Mary Jane, I love her bitty, just the same. It's playing. It's like a montage of Smokey like getting high as hell and them two goofing off. Don't wanna play no games.
So Craig doesn't smoke. Is this the first time he's ever smoked weed?
He hasn't smoked yet.
Okay.
This is just Smokey smoking.
Okay.
Trying to get him to smoke, and Craig's like, no.
Okay.
Right? So as they're chilling, you see Smokey rolling up another joint. Bernie Mac pulls up. All right? And Smokey goes, oh, shit. Hey, Craig goes, hey, put that out. The pastor's coming. And Smokey's like, man, I ain't putting that out for this nigga. He probably smoke weed, too. And the pastor walks up. How you doing, Brother Smokey? How you doing, Brother Craig? Is Sister Jones here? And then Craig's like, no. And neither is Brother Jones. They both at work. And Smokey's like, where your ass need to be? And he looks at Smokey and he's like, you know, son, you know, at the Church of Baptist, you know, Lower Hardin, Baptist Hardin something gospel, we call that right there a little sin. And Smokey's like, oh, well, around here between Harmony and Weston, we call this a little twin. And then Craig's like, wow. And he's like, nigga. And then Pastor's like, and then right then they turn around, they all see Miss Parker, and they're like, God damn. And then Bernie Mac's like, Miss Parker, Lord have mercy, Miss Parker. And he runs over, right? So right there, you see the pastor running over, a Mexican dude almost hits the pastor with his car. And they're like, damn, Hector almost fucking hit pastor. And they're like, and then Hector's like, hey, yo, Smokey, hey, Holmes, fucking give me some trees, bro. And Smokey's like, man, fuck you. And the dude laughs and drives off. And he's like, damn, why you don't fuck with Hector? He's like, man, fuck Hector. He's like, why? Man, last time I smoked with that fool, flashback, black and white, right? You see them in the car, they're getting high. He's like, I'm smoking, we getting high. And then they're laughing. And they're like, here, take a hit, bro. And he's like, but make sure, go careful. He's like, I'm the smoke dog, baby. Don't tell me to go careful. This is what I do. He hits it hard as shit. They're like, take it easy, Holmes. Take it easy. And they're like laughing at him. And he's like, what you mean take it easy? Take it easy, S.A.? It's angel dust, Holmes. And Smokey's like, what?
Oh.
What? He starts twitching and shit. And he's like, what? And then he's like, get off me. Get off me. He's like, man, next thing I know, I'm running down the street and nothing my drawers on. I ended up in DeeBo's pigeon coop that night. And you see him in a pigeon coop and he's like, he's like, man, I was lost my mind. Only person who can get me out was my mama. So fuck Hector. And I ain't been right ever since. And then it cuts back to him in real life and he's like,
oh,
fuck him. Yo, I would probably kill that nigga.
Is Angel Dust PCP?
Yeah.
Okay, I needed to
That's
clarify
the one,
that.
Training Day.
Yeah, I was like, this sounds just like the Training Day situation.
It's exactly like that. It's exactly like that.
Do you think they took it? Training Day took it? They're like,
At least that concept.
Yeah.
Of like, oh, that's a fucked up concept.
Yeah.
Let's make it a little more dark.
Obviously.
Let's make it a little less funny. No pigeon coops.
Yeah, let's
and
put
then
him.
going, brrr. That shit used to kill me as a kid. So right then we see the pastor go into Miss Parker's house. And they're both like, ooh, peep that shit. Right? And then they see, as that happens, they see little Chris, the guy who knocked over the trash can. And they chase after him like, come over here, little motherfucker. Come back here knocking over our shit. And he gets away, right?
Yeah.
So right then, they get back to the house. And they stop and they hear dun 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 dun, and they go, oh shit, DeeBo's coming. DeeBo, and they run, and then they hide all their shit, right? They go and they hide all their shit
Wait,
like in this little.
I need to clarify that shot. Are they reacting to the sound and they know Debo's coming, or do they like look and
they
see
look
he's
over,
coming?
He's got him. He's on a
They'd
bike.
be like, "Oh, that's really funny."
He's on a bike coming their way, but then the music hits in. They're
Yeah.
like, yeah, but it'd be really funny if they heard the sound.
Yeah.
That'd be way funnier. And so, damn, they're like, DeeBo, known for jacking a nigga. And he rolls up, and they're looking at him, and they're sitting there looking like this, like they ain't do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And then DeeBo's like, "What up, Craig? What up, Smokey? What you got on my drink, Smoke?" And he's like, "Man, I ain't got nothing." "You ain't got nothing?" And he starts searching his pockets like that. And Smokey's like, "Damn, man." He's like, "You ain't got nothing, huh? What about you, Craig? What you got?" And Craig's like, "I'm broke as a joke." "Oh, y'all some high rollers, and y'all broke." And they're both like, "Yup." I like how they're high rollers in his head. And then right then they see, remember the Stanley dude, the uppity guy that said, "Get off my grass"? They see him leaving his house, and he drives off. DeeBo goes, "Hey, yo, Smoke. Stanley left his window open. Let's go in." And he's like, "Man, I ain't doing that shit. I'm on parole. Get your ass up. We going in." He's like, "Fuck." And he looks at Craig. He's like, "Craig, you see anybody coming? Whistle." And Craig's like, "Man, I ain't getting involved in y'all shit. You gonna get involved or I'm gonna knock your bitch ass out. Make a choice." And Craig's like, "Man, hurry up."
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "That's what I thought." So they go in, and you see, like, back to the narration of Ice Cube as he's watching them go in. He's like, "Man, I don't know what it was, but I don't think Smokey wanted to go in." You see Smokey like that. He's like, "I don't think Smokey wanted to go in that house, but peer pressure's a motherfucker." They break into Stanley's house, and he's like, "Damn, man, I'm always caught in the middle of something." And then right then he sees Mr. Parker pull back up into his house. And he's like, "Oh, shit." Like, he starts smiling, right?
Oh,
and
the
then
pastor's still there.
The pastor's still there. And he hears Smokey and DeeBo arguing. He's kind of going back and forth looking at both. And then right then you hear, "Dun, dun, 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 dun. Get on up. Get on up." And you hear, "Motherfucker." And you see Bernie Mac running out like, "Ah." And he's got all his clothes. "You motherfucker." And you hear the wife go, "We was just playing, honey. We was just playing." Which is worse also.
It's so much worse.
You were just playing.
You were just playing. What? You were pretending to have sex?
Have his dick in you? It was just a game? And she's like, and then you see the husband running after him, and the husband is the midget from Me, Myself, and Irene in the beginning of the movie.
Oh my gosh.
It's him.
He's her husband?
Yeah, he's like, "You devil motherfucker." And then she's like, "Oh, baby, I'm sorry. I was just playing." She's like, "Oh, I got something for you." And then they both run back in the house.
Because he gets the hot girl in Me, Myself, and Irene.
I know. Dude gets some bad bitches.
Yo, babes love midgets.
That is true.
That's our thing.
So Craig's laughing. He's like, "Damn." And then right then Stanley pulls back up. He's like, "Oh, shit." He like whistles really hard. I can't whistle like that. It's like this whistle.
When they put their fingers in their
Yeah,
mouth?
and it's like
I
a
can't
big,
do that
loud
either.
Mexican one.
Yeah,
Oh,
my mom can do it.
I can do that kind of whistle. But like,
Yeah.
if I needed a nigga down the street to hear
Nah.
me, hell no.
Yeah. Is this something that they used to teach people and they no longer teach people?
I know I need to get around more Mexican people.
I think
I feel
it's
like
also an age
they're born
thing.
knowing how to do this
Yeah,
shit.
Mexican people and people from like our parents' generation
They
can whistle like that.
I guess we didn't have to whistle as loud as time got older and we got softer.
That's true.
As a human race, we got softer. We didn't need to whistle as loud.
We need to whistle to warn people.
Yep. So you see Stanley he whistles. You see DeeBo grab Smokey and they come back out. They close the window. And Craig's like, "Man, what took y'all so long?" And DeeBo's like, "Man, it's scary ass." And then right then Stanley comes out. He's like, "Excuse me." And they all get nervous. He's like, "Look, fellas, I'm getting freaking irritated here. Please, stay off my freaking grass. Please." And they're like, "All right, man, damn." And then Craig's like, "Damn, so y'all ain't getting nothing?" And Smokey's like, "Hell yeah, we got about $200, right, DeeBo?" And DeeBo's like, "I got $200. He's like, "What?" And then he drives off. Like, he gets on a bike and just rides off.
Gosh, you can't have friends in South Central. I feel like that's the lesson from these movies. It's like if you make friends, they're going to use you and abuse you.
I don't think DeeBo's their friend.
Well, he said that it was peer pressure, so I mean they're in like some kind
They're
of
definitely
friendship.
not friends. I can guarantee that this is more of like, fuck, we live by this bully and there's no way to avoid him.
Okay, that makes sense.
And so Smokey, he lights another joint, takes a puff, hits it. He's like, "Craig." He's like, "Man, come on, I ain't doing that shit. Come on, Craig. You ain't got shit to do tomorrow." Craig's like, "Nigga, I drank." It's Craig. It stimulates your mind. Come on. Craig's like, "All right." And Smokey's like, "That's the shit, ain't it? That's the shit." He's like, "Damn." He's like, "Ooh, that's the shit." Craig starts coughing real hard. He's like, "Oh, come on, now come on, puff, puff, give. Puff, puff, give. You fucking up the rotation. You know, another motherfucker might kill your ass. You're lucky you're my boy." Gives it back to Craig. Man, You said this was endo. Smell like outdoor. Man, give me that. I ain't gonna supply you if you gonna be talking about my shit. All right? Keep smoking. Right then they look up and they go, oh shit, here come Felicia, her begging ass. So they hide the joint. And Felicia comes up. She's like, what's up, Craig? What's up, Smokey? And he's like, what? She's like, what y'all smoking on? And he's like, nothing, move. And she's like, okay, well, Smokey, real quick, I need to borrow your car. He's like, what? Some people need to borrow a cup of sugar. You need to borrow my fucking car? She's like, yeah, I need to borrow your car. He's like, hell no, get on. And she's like, oh, whatever. I'm going to remember that. He's like, remember, take a picture. I don't give a fuck. And then she's like, oh, Craig. And he's like, bye, Felicia. And that's the line. That's the one that everybody uses. That. Bye, Felicia. All right. She's like, man, y'all stingy. You see her walking off, right?
Y'all stingy. That's a funny thing to say when you're
crazy.
a beggar.
You've asked for a microwave and a car. And I'm stingy. Okay, bye, Felicia. That is the best way to handle that.
Yeah.
So you see Craig, he starts laughing his ass off. And he's like, what are you laughing at? Man, the bud's kicking in. He's like, oh, bro, you high as shit. And you see Craig's vision. He's like, come on, Smokey. And Smokey's like fish-eyed, like that. You know, like when you get high like that. And he's like, hold up. He's like, what? I can hear my heart beating. Nigga, that's what it's supposed to do. He's like, no, it's beating too fast. Oh, that's just the chronic. Don't worry about that. And it's quiet. And then Craig runs in the house. Mm-hmm. Smokey's like, what the fuck? And then he runs back out and he's like, you hear my phone ringing? Nigga, hell no! Calm your ass down, man. I'm on parole. You'll get me locked up. He's like, man, come in the house. What? Come in the house. So they go in the house and Craig's like, man, you want some Kool-Aid? He's like, nigga, you know I want some Kool-Aid. And then Craig opens the cabinet. He's like, damn, we ain't got no sugar. Damn! Y'all ain't never got two things that match. Peanut butter, no jelly. Ham, no burger. He's like, damn, you want me to go to my house and get it? He's like, yes. Yes. So he goes to his house and gets it. Cut to, they're eating in the living room. I love this. They're eating, snacking, getting high as hell, watching music videos.
Yeah.
And it was like, I love it because, like, yeah, that's it.
That's all you need.
Snacks,
music videos,
Kool-Aid, music videos on, and you already smoked, so you're like.
Do you remember you used to just sit around and watch music videos all day?
That was my favorite thing.
They don't do that anymore. They don't like show them like they used to. You do?
I like to get high and watch music videos.
I never see you watching music. Oh, yeah.
About?
When we lived in LA, we would.
Morning.
Yeah, that's true. Good point.
I'd wake up, cut some music on, music videos, so they're just playing, and then I'd smoke some weed and get my day started. Mm-hmm. It's awesome. I get smoking. And so they eating and chilling, and then right then you hear a knock on the door. It's Debbie. Nia Long.
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, hey, yo, is your sister here? And she's like, no, she ain't back yet. And she's like, oh, okay. And then Smokey's like, hey, come here. She's like, what? He's like, come here, Debbie. He's like, hey, I thought you had a friend you was going to hook me up with. And she's like, oh, yeah. You still want that? He's like, yeah. Smokey's like, wait, is she fine? And she's like, yeah, she's nice. He's like, she got a big booty? Smokey, I'm not looking at that girl's booty. Here. And she gives him the number. She's like, just call her. He's like, all right. He goes to call. And then Craig's looking at her, and he's like, hey. She's like, well, like she's sitting over there. He's like, come sit over here. And she's like, she gets up, and she comes sits by him. And then he's like, dang, come get a little close. And she's like, okay. And they're quiet. And he's looking at her like this, smiling. And then she goes, Craig, are you high? And he goes, what? No. Why you say that? And she's like, because you look high. He's like, no, I ain't high. What? I still look high? Yo, I always thought that was, because even if I'm her, I'm like, damn, this nigga is high, bro. He's like that kind of high, too, where it's like, oh, he don't even know.
Yo.
You can't control it. So, cut to, you see Smokey, like, he's talking on the phone. He's like, describe yourself. And the girl's like,
describe yourself? He calls this woman for the first time. He asked her to describe herself. Yo, you're calling me.
Well,
you describe yourself.
She wanted to hook up with him.
Oh, she did.
Remember, because he said, hey, I thought you had a friend that wanted to hook up with me.
Oh, I thought you said you had a friend you were going to hook me up with.
That's why he did say that. But she clearly knows, because when they're on the phone, you can tell she knows who he is.
Okay.
And she's like, I'm 5'2", light skin, and I'm thick. He's like, damn. She's like, yeah, people say I look like Janet Jackson. He's like, ooh, control. Ooh, shit. He's like, come over to my homie house tonight. He's like, what time? She's like, 7-something. She's like, all right, I'll be there. He's like, damn. So you see, cut back to Craig's talking to Debbie, and he's like, man, your sister came over here begging the other day. And she's like, oh, Felicia, that girl's so crazy. She's a trip. And then they both start laughing. And it's like, that's a really lighthearted way to look at your crackhead sister.
Wait, so Felicia is Debbie's sister. What?
Also, if you're Debbie, that's a lot to be like, yep, she's a crackhead.
She's a crackhead. That bitch.
That's my girl. So she goes, yeah, yesterday I had to stop DeeBo from beating her ass. He goes, what, for real? She's like, yeah. He grabbed her like a man. He goes, what, like this or like this? And she's like, ooh, like the first one. He's like, oh, not this one? She said, no. He's like, oh, okay, my bad. And she's like, it's all right, And then he looks over at the dogs that are like these figurines on the table, and he hears them start barking. He's like, damn. And he goes to the bathroom, and he puts water in his face. He's like, I'm high as shit.
Yeah.
And so he comes back out, and Smokey's talking to Debbie. She's like, hey, when you gonna hook up with my homeboy? And she's like, who? And he's like, Craig. And Craig's like, and then she looks at him, and he's like, and she's like, Craig already got a girl. And Smokey's like, yeah, but he don't like her. And
what?
She's like, I gotta go. I'll talk to y'all later. And he's like, later. And she leaves. He's like, damn, why you tell her that for? He's like, man, she don't believe me. I'm high.
Mm-hmm.
And then right then, Pops gets home. And he's like limping. He's like, oh, shit, what happened to you, Pops? Oh, man, got bit in the ass today, son, by a goddamn stinking dog. And he's like, what? He's like, yeah, I saw the dog, and I said, please don't bite me, Mr. Dog, please. And that dog grabbed my ass. And they're like, and Craig's like, I told you. Boy, you ain't tell me shit. Get the fuck out of my house. And so they leave, right? And they're chilling on the front porch. Right then, they see the ice cream truck driving by.
Mm-hmm.
And you see a bunch of kids running behind it. And the ice cream truck stops. And you see one of the kids is this fat kid. He's like, man, can I get some chili cheese Fritos, please? And it's Big Worm. He's like, yeah. And he looks up, he sees Smokey. He's like, Smokey.
Wait, you mean the guy who came by earlier
He's the ice
asking
cream
for
truck
his
guy.
money for the weed?
Yeah.
Smokey's supposed to use? What? You drive an ice cream truck?
That makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
He's not selling a lot of weed.
Yeah, but okay. Why wouldn't you just sell your weed out of the ice cream truck?
I would do that. Right? One of the kids,
The
by
parents.
the way, one of the kids who's just sitting there, who's one of the kids,
Mm-hmm.
Megan Good as a kid.
Crazy.
She's just a kid, but you see it like, holy shit, that's Megan Good. She's just like 8.
She looks exactly the same.
Exactly the same.
Yeah.
She's a kid, though.
She
like a
always
kid
looks
kid.
the same.
Yeah. So Smokey comes up, like, yo, what up, big perm? I mean, Big Worm. He's like, yo, Smokey, you got some of that? You got the rest of that bud? He's like, man, nah, I sold that shit. No, he goes, Smokey, you got my bud? He's like, man, I sold that shit. He goes, oh, well, give me the money. He's like, man, I'm just playing. I got that shit left. He goes, oh, well, give me some. He's like, I need some 20, so give me some 20 so I can go get it to the people around the corner. And he goes, no, man, I was just playing. I did sell that shit. I sold that shit. Give me my money, Smokey. And Smokey's like, all right. And he pulls out a stack of cash, and he's like, 20, 30, 40, 60, 80, 100. And he turns the money over and starts counting again, 120, 140, 160. Quit playing with me, Smokey. Where the fuck is my money? Oh, okay. Well, look, let me tell you what happened. You know my boy Craig got fired yesterday, right? He goes,
You gonna blame it on Craig?
Worm's like, what the fuck that got to do with me? Just hear me out. So my boy Craig gets fired, and we talking about all our problems, and you know how we do. We started smoking your shit, nigga, getting high in the motherfucker. We got fucked up. He goes, let me tell you something, Smokey. I'm going to be back here at 10 o'clock on the dot. Not 10:01, not 10:15. If you don't got my money or my bud, I'm going to kill you and him.
What? You gonna do that to Craig?
And he's like, get out of my face. And Smokey's like, Worm, you going to kill me? Get the fuck out of my face. And then the kid goes, hey, what about my chili cheese Fritos? I'm closed. Fat boy, this is my money. And he closes the window and he drives off. And Megan Good gets a line. She goes, man, I hate him. I like that they gave her a line, though. I don't know why, but it's like, wow, good for her.
I'm sure they saw her and like she's gonna be a star.
She's cute.
So cute.
She is adorable.
She has a really good face for movies and TV in general. Like she just,
yeah, she's so beautiful.
It's captivating.
So Craig comes back, like Smokey comes back to Craig, and Craig's like, what'd he say? Oh, man, he ain't say nothing.
Mm-hmm.
What'd he say? Man, don't worry about it. He said, what'd he say? He said we need to pay him by 10 o'clock. What you mean we? Which I'm Craig. I'm like, what the fuck you mean we? Because I would be asking, like, hey, I saw he was mad. I just want to know what the fuck is going on. And he's like, what'd you tell him? He's like, well, I told him that we were smoking this shit. He's like, nigga, you was smoking this shit. I smoked a little half a piece of joint with you. And he's like, man, what'd he say? He said, look, man, if we don't pay him by 10 o'clock, he gonna put a cap in both our ass. Come on, man, be calm. Let's stick together. He's like, God damn, Smokey. I can't believe you got me caught up in this shit. Worm. You see Worm driving off. He's like, hey, man, I ain't put that. This is why I had to punch Smokey in the face. He said, I ain't put that joint to your lips and make you smoke it.
Oh, you suck.
You punch him
You're
in the face?
a bad friend.
What? It's like, nigga, you convinced me all day.
Uh-huh.
I hit a little. Also, I smoke a half a joint with you. I don't even smoke the
Yeah.
whole thing. And now I'm gonna fucking die tonight.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is wrong with you? And so they're sitting there and they're like, damn. He goes, fuck, well. Right then, Debbie comes back. She's like, hey, I'm sorry, y'all. I left my purse inside. And Craig's like, oh, nice. He's like, oh, I got you. Come on. And so they walk in the house. And right when they walk in the house, Craig's hood girl, remember the hood girlfriend he has?
Uh-huh.
She pulls up. And you hear, big booty hoes, jump with that. Hump back, hoochie mama. And she walks up, and Smokey's smiling.
Is this the music she was playing in her car, or is this some music they
This is
play
the music
for
they
her?
play for her.
Nice.
I love it. And she walks up, and she's like, where Craig at? And Smokey's like, oh, he in the house. And she's like, she's like doing her hair. And then right then, Debbie and her come out. And she's like, who the fuck is that bitch? Who is that? Who the fuck is that, Craig? He's like, get in the house, girl. Let me talk. He's like, that's Debbie. Who is Debbie? That's Debbie from, just get in the fucking house. God damn. She's like, and she goes in the house. He looks at Smokey. He's like, look, I got to straighten this girl out. All right? And then I'll be right back. And Smokey's like, all right, I'm going to go to the house. My stomach hurt. And he looks at me and goes, hey, come back. Smokey's like, okay. So you see Smokey run off. He goes to his house, bangs on the door. He forgets his key. No one answers. Yep, no one answers. He's like, fuck. So he runs back to Craig's house, bangs on the door, and Mr. Jones answers. Pops.
Mm-hmm.
He said, Mr. Jones, can I use your bathroom? Number 1 or number 2? Number 2. Nope. Ain't nobody gonna be dropping no sticky load in this house. Anybody dropping a sticky load in this house, it's gonna be me. Mr. Jones! Bam! Slams the door. Fuck. He runs back to his house. Boom, 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 boom. Mama! Nobody answers. He grabs a newspaper. He runs around to the back. All right? When he runs around to the back, remember the crackhead, Ezel from earlier? He was like, he's gonna wash his car.
Yeah.
He starts walking up. And he's like, Smokey! I'm here to wash your car. Hey, Ezel, just stay over there, man. Just stay over there. Don't worry about me right now. Hey, Smokey, you know I ain't the smartest man in the world, but it kind of looked like you're taking a shit. Ezel, just stay over there, man. Just stop. Stay over there. Damn, Smokey, you nasty. You be eating corn, too. Ezel, get the fuck on.
Oh, gross. Why you get that close?
He goes, I thought you wanted me to wash your car. Man, wash it later. Get the fuck on. All right. He starts walking off. He goes, Ezel, you better not tell nobody. You know? Ezel's like, man, I ain't going to tell nobody. La-da-da-da-da. Hey, y'all. Smokey back here taking a shit. Ezel.
Ha!
I ain't going to tell nobody else. He walks off. So Craig and his girl are walking out. He's like, man, you need to control that funky-ass temper of yours. And she's like, I know, Daddy. I just be forgetting sometimes. And he's like, damn.
Wow.
So he walks into a car. And he's like, hey, can you lend me some money? She's like, lend you some money? Huh? I guess. How much you need? He's like, I need $200. $200?
That's a lot of money.
Well, okay. What you gonna get me? And he starts smiling. And then right then Felicia's like, Craig. He turns around. Craig, come here. And Joy's like, who the fuck is that? Craig, come here. What? And he turns around. He's like, what, Felicia? What? Let me borrow your VCR. He's like, what? I need a double tape. Get the fuck away from me, Felicia. Craig! And he turns around. He's like, hey, baby. And she's like, no, you want some money? Go ask that bitch. Fuck you with your little cheating ass. She drives off.
Yo, she doesn't have any money. She's trying to borrow a VCR.
Like, clearly I'm not fucking this crackhead. Look at what she's wearing.
Oh, my gosh. Okay.
So right there, he goes, damn. Smokey comes back. He's like, what? He's like, we had the money. Had it right in my hand. Smokey's like, man, you ain't have shit. Fuck you. He's like, what we gonna do? And Smokey's like, man, I ain't worried about that fool. You know that nigga just playing. I ain't sweating him. And Craig's like, nigga, that's your problem right there. You think everybody's playing. Ain't nobody playing but you, man. You walk up and down the street all day playing. You think he playing about his money? He know where my mama stay. He know where your mama stay. He had a gun when you saw him, right? And Smokey's like, yeah. Name one person in the hood that play like that. And Smokey's like, now he's nervous, like, oh, shit. You know?
Yeah.
And Smokey's like, look, man, I'm sorry. I got you in this shit. And I'm going to go talk to Big Worm right now. And I'll tell him you had nothing to do with it. It was all me. I smoked up his weed. I'll face the consequences. If I get dealt with, I get dealt with. And Craig's like, fuck. And you see he goes in the house. And he gets his gun and he cocks it. And he goes to walk out. And then right then his dad comes in. He goes, hey, Craig, boy, what's the... And his dad sees it. He's like, oh, shit. He's like, hey, what's that for? And Craig's like, protection. Protection? Protection from who? And Craig's like, I got to walk Smokey to his house. He's like, damn. Now, me and your mama would have never moved in this neighborhood if we'd have known you need a gun to walk down the street. And that's what's wrong with your generation. You're sissified. Y'all scared to take an ass whooping. You know? He said, back in my day, all you needed was these right here. You know, you're so quick to pull a gun, right? I was growing up, this is all you needed. You win some, you lose some, but you live. You live to fight another day. He's like, now you think you're a man with that gun in your hand, don't you? Craig's like, I'm a man without it. He's like, put your dukes up. He puts the gun down. Come on, put them up. He said, there you go. Now you a man. These are all you need, all right? It's all you need. And the dad leaves. Good parenting. I think, because it's like, I could take, but it's like, I'm going to trust that you can make the right decision. That I raised you well enough that whatever you were going to go do, you're going to make the right decision now.
Yeah.
I thought at least. Rather than telling you, because like me telling you or forcing you, that ain't really going to do shit. You have to decide what kind of future you want, So he goes back outside, and then right when he goes back outside, Red, remember Red? That got his bike stole? He comes up. And Red works at the same UPS store, the UPS place that Craig got fired from. Okay. He goes, damn, yo, what up, Red? He's like, yo, what up, Craig? Man, we was tripping at your ass today at work. We all kept watching the tape over and over again, just laughing. He's like, it looked like you, but honestly, we couldn't tell. He's like, man, fuck y'all, right? And then they go, man, how's your eye? Because he has shades on. He goes, oh, my eye's straight. And he pulls his glasses off. And it's the classic shot that's on the cover of the movie where they both lean this way and go, damn! Like that. And his eyes like this, right?
Oh,
it's just jeez. So right then you hear, dun-dun, dun-dun. And they look down the street and they go, oh, shit, Smokey's coming. Here comes DeeBo. DeeBo's coming. And then they all start hiding their shit. And then Red goes, man, I'm just going to tuck mine in. He has a necklace and he just tucks it into his shirt, right? And they go, all right. And then DeeBo comes up. He's like, what's up, y'all? What's up, Red? Red's all nervous. He's like, thanks for my bike. And Red's like, just nods. He's like, what you got on my 40, homie? And Red's like, I'm broke. He's like, oh, you broke? Snatches his necklace. And Red's like, hey, man, come on, dog. And he's like, shut your ass up. And it's Craig's like, oh, come on, DeeBo, stall him out. It's like, man, I ain't fuck you, Craig. He's like, what the fuck you say? And Craig don't say nothing. And then Smokey stands up. He's like, man, give him back his chain. And DeeBo goes, what chain? And Smokey's like, yeah, what chain? And he sits back down. DeeBo leaves, right? And Smokey's like, man, let's jump him. And Craig's like, man, sit your ass down. And Smokey's like, man, y'all don't know, but I got mind control over DeeBo. He be like, shut the fuck up. I be quiet. But when he leave, I be talking again. Classic. And then you see Red go. He starts crying. Man, my grandma gave me that chain. And he runs off. Aww. And Smokey's like, damn, he gonna cry in the car. You see him get in the car and he's all sad. And then right then we see Miss Parker and the midget. Miss Parker running outside. She's screaming, we was just playing, honey. And you see him throwing all her shit out the house.
Oh, wow.
As they just laugh, right? So you see the sister come home.
Regina
King, she comes home. And she goes in the house and she's like, hey, daddy wants you. He's like, what? So he goes in. He gets his dad like a glass of water. And while he's getting his dad's literally watching on TV postmen get bitten by dogs. And he's like, run, Mr. Postman, run.
How would that even be a television show?
Show ass, Mr. Postman. And you see Craig, he drops the ice on the floor. And then he looks at the camera and he smiles. And then he puts the ice in the cup anyway. And then he takes it to his dad. Trifling, bro. So you see cut back to it's a montage of Craig and Smokey on the porch making a plan. Nighttime hits. All right? This is all one day. I love movies like this.
I know. I said that it was like probably a day in the life.
Ferris Bueller style, it is. So it's night, and they see a car creeping up. And like, who is that? They get all nervous. Who is that? He's like, I don't know that car. He's like, me either. And then Smokey goes, oh, shit, what time is it? He's like, it's 7:45. And Smokey's like, oh, shit. That's Janet Jackson. And Craig's like, who? He's like, Janet Jackson, Debbie's friend. He's like, oh, yeah. So he walks up to the car. He's like, shit, he's all smooth. And then he dips down. He looks in the window. And the girl is this huge, fat girl that looks like Precious. And she's like, what's up? And he's like, not a damn thing. And then she's like, so we gonna kick it or what? And he's like, fuck. I mean, we could, but I forgot. I got to pick up my mama from work. And she's like, it's okay. I'll take you. He's like, oh, I mean, yeah, but my mama, she hates it when, like, a lot of people be picking her up from work and shit. She don't like that.
She don't like that.
So right there, you see Craig's mom gets home from work. And the girl pulls her wig off. And he's like, damn, that ain't your real hair. She's like bald headed shit. And so Craig goes in the house and he asks his sister to loan him $200. He's like, Big Worm said he gonna kill us if we don't get the money. So you'll lend it to me? And he's like, so you gonna loan me the money or not? And she's like, not. Ah! And she walks out. It's like, man, fuck you. So right then Smokey looks at the fat girl. He's like, look, I'm gonna call you. She's like, you gonna call me for real? He's like, I'm gonna call you for real. But if you come by here again, I won't. She goes, okay. He said, so don't ever come by here. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, all right. And then she leaves. He's like, oh. So Craig, you see Craig, his mom, he goes to his mom. He's like, hey, mama, you loan me $200? She's like, Craig, now you know I wouldn't feel comfortable lending you that amount of money without a job. He goes, well, if I was working, I wouldn't need the money to begin with. And she said, exactly. And she laughs. And she walks out.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, damn, y'all ain't never got nothing. And so Smokey goes over to Debbie's house, and he's all mad. He's like, man, why you hook me up with that fat-ass bald-head girl? And then she is not fat, Smokey. She's big-boned. Big-boned in my ass. Her fat ass. Talking about she looked like Janet Jackson. And then Debbie starts dying. She did not say that to you. He's like, yeah, bitch looking like Freddie Jackson. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry, Smokey. And he's like, oh, right? And then he looks down and he sees DeeBo's bike is on the front step of her house. He's like, what DeeBo doing over here? And he's like, oh, he in the bedroom with Felicia. He's like, damn, Felicia fucking him too? She's like, mind your business. Get out of here. Bye. And he's like, all right, I'm out anyway. Peace out. He walks out and he goes to the side of the house and he breaks in her house through the window.
Mm-hmm.
And he sees DeeBo and Felicia knocked out. And then he goes up to the pants trying to get the money that they stole $200 from Stanley earlier.
Yeah.
So he's trying to get the money out. And then right when he's about to get it out, Ezel comes in the window, the crackhead.
Yeah. What the fuck is he doing there?
He's like, Ezel, get the fuck out of here. He's like, what you mean? You in here? He's like, I'm trying to steal some shit. He said, I know, me too. I saw the window open. He said, get the fuck out of here. He said, and then right then DeeBo wakes up. He looks around, and they're both gone. They're both out the window.
Oh, wow.
And he's like,
did he get the money?
And then DeeBo falls back asleep. All right? And so he goes back to Craig's house, and then Craig's laughing like, Janet Jackson got fat, huh? And he's laughing. He's like, man, fuck all that. I almost had the money. He's like, what? He's like, yeah. He's like, I snuck into Debbie's house because DeeBo's over there. And right when I was about to get his pants to get the money, fucking Ezel woke his ass up, had to get out of there. And then Craig's like, well, let's just go back over there. He's still asleep probably. And they're like, yeah. So they start to walk over. You see DeeBo riding his bike past them. And they're like, fuck. Well, there goes that plan. And they go, what time is it? He's like, 8:50. And Smokey's like, well, I think I'm going to go in the house, maybe chill. And Craig's like, oh, now you want to be scared? Now you scared, huh? And Smokey doesn't say anything. Right then they see Chris ride by with the trash cans. It was and they fucking catch him as he's talking shit. And they take off their belt and they beat his ass.
Gosh.
They beat his ass. And he's like, mama. Right? He's like, he ain't going to mess with my trash cans no more.
These adult men beating a child's ass.
In the street, in the dark.
Street.
It's a day in the
not
life,
like they're
bro.
teenagers. They're adults.
These are 20-year-olds.
Whew.
So right then they're laughing about it, and then they look over and they see a car creeping up. And they go, who's that? And they're like, I don't know. Drive by. And they hide, and the car creeps by. And like, man, let's go in the house. So they go in the house and they hide. Time passes. More montage of them hanging in the room, getting all nervous. Time passes. Finally, Big Worm hits Smokey's beeper. And he calls him. He's like, what up, Big Worm? And Big Worm's like, yo, you got my money? And Smokey's like, look, I ain't got it yet, but click. And he's like, oh, shit. And Craig's like, what happened? Man, he hung up. Smokey's like, I think we better not leave the house. Craig's like, damn! It's 9:55. Right then, Pops comes in. He's like, hey, Dana told me about the big snake situation y'all got going. And then they're like, it's Big Worm. I don't give a damn.
Big snake.
This is y'all drinking all that alcohol and smoking them trees got y'all in this mess. All right? So you get your ass out of my house, and you stay your ass right here. And he leaves. And Smokey's like, fuck. So Craig grabs his gun. He's like, come on, let's go outside. They look outside. Nobody's out there. And Smoke's like, who? See, I ain't nobody was going to mess with me. Don't nobody want none of the smoke, dog. And they look down the street, and some headlights cut on. And they're like, oh, shit. That car starts flying. Drive by shooting at them. They take off running. Craig shooting back as they're running. They hop a fence. And they take off, right? So they get and when they hop the fence, they hop on the other side of the street. They hop into like a pickup truck and they lay down in the back. And they're like, oh shit. And they're like, all right, we got to look, see if they're coming. We'll look on 3. 1, 2. And then when they say 3, Craig pretends to go up and Smokey goes up. He's like, God damn it. He's like, well, are they coming or not? He's like, yeah, man, they're coming. And Smokey starts crying. He's like, I don't want to die. I don't want my mama. Shut up. And then you see the car roll by looking for him as they're laid down like this in the bed of the truck.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So in their neighborhood, you see Stanley, Miss Jones, the Mr. Parker guy. Everybody comes out because obviously there's
a shooting.
So they're like, what the fuck just happened? And they're all talking. They're all looking for Craig and Smokey. And nobody can find them.
Mm-hmm.
And they ask DeeBo, because DeeBo's right there. And they're like, DeeBo, you seen Craig and Smokey? I saw him earlier, but I ain't seen him since. And they're like, damn. And then right then, as this is all happening, you see walking from down the street, Debbie holding Felicia. Like, no, come on. No, come on. Look at your face. Look at your face. Come on. And Felicia's like, no. And then she walks up right to DeeBo, and Debbie's like, who the fuck do you think you are? He's like, who you talking to? She's like, I'm talking to you, punk. Punching my goddamn sister like she's a damn man. And you see Felicia's face. She has a huge black eye.
Aww.
And then he's like, man, I caught her going through my pants. She's like, trying to steal my money. She's like, my sister ain't got to steal nothing from your broke ass. He's like, man, who you talking to? She's like, I'm talking to you. She's like, I should whip your ass. All these other niggas might be scared of you, but I'm not. Fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, who the fuck are you talking to? She's like, I'm talking to you. And if I was a man, I'd whoop your ass right now. And he hits her.
Wow.
In front of everybody.
Uh-huh.
That is like, okay, this guy's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
He just punched this woman in front of everyone. And then right then you see Craig and Smokey running back. And Craig pushes DeeBo. Hey, DeeBo, what the fuck's wrong with you, man? That's a female. He's like, what the fuck you gonna do about it, punk? And then DeeBo pulls out a knife. And Craig's like, man, you know what? I ain't even trying to fight you, DeeBo. He's like, yeah, that's what I thought. And then he takes the knife and he gives it to Ezel. He's like, you a bitch anyway. Right? And Craig's like, fuck you. And he pulls out his gun. And everybody's like, oh. And his dad's like, put the gun down, son. Put the gun down, son. Come on, Craig. Craig, put the gun down, son. And Craig's so mad he's got it right in his fucking face. And then DeeBo goes, yeah, put it down. Put it down, Craig, and get knocked out like your father used to. Boom! Everything goes black. And then you see a flashback of the whole day. And then you hear the dad going, you know, you win some, you lose some, but you live. You live to fight another day. Now you think you're a man with that gun in your hands, huh? I'm a man without it. I'm a man without it. Boom, snap back to reality. And DeeBo saying that line again. And come on, Craig, put the gun down and get knocked out like your father used to. Come on, Craig. Put the gun down, son. Put the gun down, son. Craig hands the gun to his dad. There you go, Craig. There you go. Bam! Craig hits him in his face.
Yeah.
Boom! There you go, Craig. Boom! He starts hitting him. DeeBo's laughing. That's all you got, punk. And starts beating his ass.
Yeah.
Bam, bam. Full fight breaks out. And Craig's like, come on, you see Smokey's like, whoop him, Craig. Whoop him, Craig. Come on, Craig. Whoop him, Craig. And then Craig grabs a 2x4.
Whoa.
Boom! Hits his ass with it. DeeBo gets in a couple more shots, and then DeeBo starts fucking choking him out. And he slams him on the car. And then his mom grabs the gun from the dad and goes, oh, I got to kill him now. He goes, let him be a man, honey. You got to let him be a man. Let him be a man. She's like, he ain't fighting fair. And he's choking him. And then while he's choking Craig, he, boom, hits him in his stomach.
Aww.
So now, like, oh,
yeah,
like that. And then he drags Craig, and he lays him down. Craig's passed out. And the whole neighborhood's like, and then DeeBo's like, yeah, that's right. I told y'all. Who wants some of DeeBo, huh? I beat him down. I beat any of you down. Who else wants some of DeeBo, huh? Who else wants some? And the whole family's like, come on, Craig. Come on, Craig. Get up, Craig. Get up, Craig. You see Craig start coming too. Get up, Craig. Stand up, son. Stand up. And Craig kind of gets up, and he's holding on to it. Like, they have like a little brick wall in their front yard. You know those front yards with like a little brick wall up? And he grabs one, and one of them's loose, and he goes, hey, punk. And DeeBo turns around. Boom! Smashes his fucking face with the brick. And everybody's like, oh, there you go, Craig. There you go. Craig starts fucking punching him. Huh? Motherfucker, huh? Takes a trash can. Bam. And then, like, DeeBo's like this, kicks him in the face, and then, bow, knocks his ass out. Blood everywhere. There you go, Craig. And then Smokey's like, that's my dog. That's my dog. That's my dog. And the dad's like, that's my boy. That's my boy right there. Anybody else need to say something, you let me know. That's my dog. That's my dog. That's my dog. And then right then, Debbie runs over to Craig, and she helps him up. And he's all like this. And the mom goes to help him up, too. He's like, no. Let him be a man. Let him be a man. Right? Pops is so happy. That's what let him be a man now. Oh, that's my boy. And then, what?
I just can't get over that you're like, I don't want you to use a gun, but like hitting someone with a brick and a 2x4, totally
Acceptable.
Totally acceptable.
Hey, you got to get this big dude down.
Well, yeah.
He's fucking huge. I get it. So Debbie runs and she helps him up. And then Smokey gets on top of DeeBo and he goes, hey, DeeBo, you got knocked the fuck out. Now give me my money. And he takes his money and he walks off. And then you see DeeBo start coming too. And then Red looks around and goes, bam! Red knocks him back out.
Nice.
My grandma gave me the chain. And he snatches his chain. He gets on his bike and he's like pumping his fist.
Yeah.
He's so happy. And then Ezel comes up. Damn, DeeBo. Should have been bobbing and weaving. Well, here. Since you're knocked out, I'll take these shoes since you don't need them. And he takes his shoes off.
Oh, my gosh.
And he's like, here, you can take your knife because I steal, I don't kill. And he runs off. And so Debbie goes, you hear a, you know that song?
No.
Sitting here in this chair, oh, baby, to see things my way. I want to get next to you. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. That song is playing lightly in the background. And she's like, how you feeling? He's like, I'm cool. And then Debbie's like, what time you wake up in the morning? He's like, 8:30. Why? And she was like, I was just wondering if you feel better, you can come over. And he's like, shit, I'm feeling better already. And she's like, all right, well, I'm going to call you tomorrow. And then she goes to walk off. And he goes, hey, 7:30. And she's like, she starts laughing. And then he looks at the camera and he goes, that's right. And then Craig, you see him, he goes to his room. It's now midnight. He looks around, he's all beat up. And he goes, and the lights go out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then right then the phone rings. He picks it up. And he's like, you hear, I heard you got in a fight today over some bitch. Who is it? And he's like, hey, let me tell you something. It's over. Biatch. And he hangs up.
Wow.
All right. So at Smokey's house, he calls Worm. He's like, yeah, I got your money. And I don't appreciate you sending your homeboys over here busting me and my partner. They likely to got dealt with. And Worm's like, shut your bitch ass up before I fucking kill you. And he's like, okay. Right? And he's like, well, look. He's like, I had to warn you, Smokey. It's not about the money. It's about the principle of the whole thing. It's principalities in this bitch. You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, yeah, I get you. But look, I got your money. And you have to sell that shit yourself next time because I'm done with this life. I'm going to rehab. I'm through with this shit. He hangs up. He looks at the camera. He lights a joint. Smiles. And you know I was just bullshitting. And you know this, man. Friday.
Ha! Yeah, that's pretty much.
It's Friday. It's Friday.
That was good.
It's a fucking cult classic, bro.
Yeah, I get why people like it.
Fucking.
It was funny. You had me laugh at a bunch.
It's great. I wish I could take the credit.
Yeah, I know. That's true.
I wish I could take the credit. It's mainly Chris Tucker.
Yeah.
This movie made Chris Tucker a superstar.
Mm-hmm.
Like, super duper star. I mean, it's crazy how famous he got from this fucking movie. Because, this just got, propelled him into those. Also, you watch it and you do see, he'd be perfect for Rush Hour.
Yeah, because of the,
just the way he is. And it's the opposite energy of Jackie Chan.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what it is.
Yeah, you need that to play off of each other.
You've seen that, right? Rush Hours?
I've seen one of them. I'm not sure which one.
The first one?
Probably.
Where they meet? There's one where they meet.
I think I saw
and
the
then
one
the other
where
ones,
they
they're
meet.
already friends.
Yeah, I think I've seen the one where they meet.
Okay, that's the first. Yeah. They're all classic. I love 1, 2, and 3. But damn, man, Chris Tucker does not get enough credit for how great that run he had, how big it was. There was a period where he was the highest paid guy in Hollywood.
Really?
He got $20 million for Rush Hour 3 back when that came out. But then again, that is what kept him from working for a long time because people were he asked for too much money. So he didn't get a job for a little while. And now he's kind of back working again because he was in Silver Linings Playbook and a couple other things. And he's back doing stand-up.
Mm-hmm. You see him around.
Yeah, we've seen him around at the Comedy Store. He'll show up sometimes. But, they say he was a door guy for a day or a week. He's one of those. Yeah, he's one of those. Mitzi hooked him up. But, I love that, man. 2 people with Comedy Store fucking blood
ties, yeah.
In this movie, in this classic film. Well, John Witherspoon especially, because he was a door guy
for
a long time,
yeah.
a door guy, and then he hosted potluck all the time, and all those things where you're like, damn.
Yeah, you were really a part of the store.
Yeah, right? Where it's fuck, bro, you were really there. So that's super cool. This movie is just fucking great, man. Small budget. and it becomes one of the greatest comedies of all time, in my opinion, for sure. Take color out. Like, not a lot of people would like to put in the black, but this is one of the greatest comedies of all time. Like, this is definitely up there with like Tropic Thunder and Dumb and Dumber, shit like that to me. Because it's what I like about it though, it's subtle. It's subtle funny. Whereas those are like laugh out, like it's in your face. Most of the jokes. Most of the jokes are like kind of like to the side.
Yeah, that they're not. It's like the things they say under their breath.
Yeah, that's the best shit. You know, that's the best shit. But I'm glad you liked it.
I really liked it. That was good.
Hell
And
yeah,
I haven't seen the other ones either, so.
Well, we already did next Friday.
Oh, you already did next Friday.
I did that first
That's
time.
right.
But Friday after next, I'll do that one for you.
Oh, there's 3?
Oh, yeah. There's 3 Fridays. They're all consecutive weeks, too.
Oh, wow. Like one
It's
after
supposed to
the
be like
other.
Friday, and then the next Friday, and then the next. That's why it's like Friday.
Oh.
And then the next movie is called Next Friday. And the last movie is called Friday After Next.
Crazy.
Crazy.
They should make another one. The last Friday of the month.
Last Friday of the month. There's supposed to be one more, and they were going to get Chris Tucker back, but I don't know if they're ever going to do it. And now that Pops died, you know, because he's such a pivotal character in all 3 of them.
He's probably the funniest person in the whole movie.
Oh, by far.
I mean, from your description.
Oh, yeah. Chris Tucker is the movie, but Pops steals the show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Pops steals it for sure. Just his cadence is so funny.
Mm-hmm.
The way he talks, such a good cadence.
So funny.
You know? That's why I loved his episode of Joe Rogan.
That was a really good episode, if you haven't watched it.
Yeah, because he's just telling some truth and how he feels about the game and like how it's about getting paid.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. It's about money. He's like, oh, really? And Joe's like, oh, you know, it's about like like comedy and being around other comedians and all that. And he's like, oh, yeah, that's all good, but, you know, pay me my money.
Well, also, I got his opinion. His perspective is different than a lot of comedians because he was like, he's naturally funny.
Yeah, natural.
He like popped out of the womb funny. He didn't have to work at his act or anything. I mean, I'm sure he worked at it.
He had to work on the skills of becoming a comedian because there's like honing to be a stand-up comic and a good one. There are these like weird rules and skills and all these things that you got to learn, and you can only learn them through practicing every day.
Of course.
But there is it's like
there
football.
are some people who are just more equipped already.
Genetically God-given,
ready.
equipped and ready.
So if
it
you're
is like
that,
sports.
But if you're like that, it is going to be, it's like, well, it's about the money because it's like, hey, I got the talent. Are you going to pay me? Because otherwise I'll do something else that'll get me paid.
Facts.
Versus some people who have to like, you have to cultivate talent and stuff like myself. It's like to you, you're really passionate about it because you've been working hard at it. It's a different aspect, I would say.
I agree.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed Friday.
Yeah.
On this Thursday.
Yeah, it's a Thursday.
I hope you guys are fucking safe out there and you're good. And 2021 is better than that damn stupid other number.
Oh, yeah. I hope this year proves to be better than last year.
And keep an eye out for your boy on some big podcast coming up. I'm not going to say which, but your boy D. Poston will be on a monster podcast that most of you think I'm on anyway for some reason.
He's getting around.
But I'll be in California. The week of January 18th, that whole week. So anybody from California that's a fan of this that, wants to do something with your boy or you want to just give me some weed, either way, show me some love, bro. I'll be out there. Send Sam some love for Wisdom Tooth. Send Darren Bates some love for the Raw Room and for taking care of us. And go Titans, fuck the Ravens, and all that good stuff.
We can support both teams.
Not in this house. Tighten up, baby!